Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to everyone in the room, and welcome to all of you who have invited us into your homes this morning through the technology of live streaming. Thank you very much for joining us. Is there anyone here for the very first time? For the very first time. Becca, thank you for standing up, and we have a gift for you. Becca is a best friend of one of our longtime friends, Honor, and it is really wonderful to see her again here today. So welcome, Honor. Absolutely.
The reading for today is The Global Vision. You may have seen it here. If you'd like to review it later, it's over there. But Reverend Dusty will be speaking a little bit more about it later. I would like to simply read it to you and ask you to listen as we go through this. We see a world that works for everyone, where all life is honored as expressions of the divine, where people live according to spiritual truth, where humanity rediscovers personal creative power, where we live as one global family, where kinship with all life prospers, where unity and connection is emphasized, where forgiveness is the norm, where spiritual guidance is valued, and where we are called to conscious social action, where people have enough food, homes, and a sense of belonging, where there is peace, harmony, and justice for all, where resources are valued, cared for, and shared, where communities are meaningfully involved in service to the world, where there is a renewed emphasis on beauty, nature, creativity, art, and aesthetics. We see a world that works for everyone.
You always seem to multiply. From the time I sit down to the time I stand back up again, there's more people. So let me just first say welcome to those of you that have arrived. Glad that you have. A little late, but glad that you're here. Absolutely. And if you have just arrived, the theme for the month of June is Freedom from Discord. Freedom from Discord. And my talk title is One Cosmic World. Now the word world, I had to practice that a bunch of times. Try it. The word world. The word world. It was kind of hard. Is a common name for the whole of human civilization, or for the planet Earth and all life upon it. The word cosmic, like so many other words in the English language, has multiple definitions, some of which include related to or including the universe or outer space or spiritual matters. It can also mean very large or very important, as in cosmic proportion. A third definition for cosmic means characterized by greatness, especially in extent, intensity, or comprehensiveness, such as in a cosmic thinker. Now, in the glossary of the Science of Mind text, they say that cosmos is the universe, the universal world, and that includes everything that is visible and everything that is invisible. It is a self-inclusive system that has order and harmony at its core. Self-inclusive system that has order and harmony at its core. Now, while it does not, this glossary does not define cosmic in and of itself, it does define the cosmic mind as the mind of God. It defines the cosmic stuff as the undifferentiated stuff out of which all things are created. It describes the cosmic conception as the divine mind giving birth to its ideas. It describes the cosmic urge as the desire of spirit to express itself, and it describes the cosmic purpose as the ideas of spirit propelling themselves into form. Ernest Holmes says, by cosmic consciousness, we mean one's consciousness of his unity with the whole. Now remember, he always talked about him and man and his. So I'm going to add to this. By cosmic consciousness, we mean one's consciousness of his or her unity with the whole. This is not a mystery, but the self-knowingness of God through man, and I add women. Illumination will come as man and women more and more realize his or her unity with the whole, and as he or she constantly endeavors to let the truth operate through him or her. Cosmic consciousness. Now, the underlying science of mind point of view is that we are all part of one cosmic world. One cosmic world, a perfect patterning in which only one power acts. A perfect patterning in which only one power acts. Now, when I stood back and kind of looked at all of this together, it occurred to me that we are talking about one world, one mind, one power, and that it has order and harmony as its very essence, that it includes everything that is seen and unseen, and that everything is an expression of God. God is back of all of it. That the whole of civilization, the planet Earth, and all life on it is an expression of spirit. An expression of spirit. And that spirit desires to express itself through and as each and every one of its manifestations. And it is our purpose to let that spirit express through and as us. And that this expression is significant, it is important, and it is characterized by greatness. Cosmic world. For me, this is the meaning of a cosmic world. And I believe that each of us individually and collectively can participate in this cosmic world right now, right where we are. Right where we are, wherever we are on this path, we can participate in this cosmic world. Now, the point of all of this is creating the reference for what we are encouraged to aim for with regards to our relationship with God, with regards to our relationship with each other, and with regards to our relationship with the cosmic whole. Now, who are we to be? What are we to do to participate fully, both individually and collectively, in this one cosmic world? Who are we to be? What are we to do if we are to co-create a world that is free from discord? Who are we to be, and what are we to do if we are to co-create a world that works for everyone? Good questions, yes? So individually, the bottom line is that we are here on the planet as expressions of the divine. Ambassadors of God in form. I love that. Ambassadors of God in form. That imbued within us is each and every wonderful, amazing quality of God. The Spirit that created us lives within us. It's not out here someplace, but it is within us. And it spills out and surrounds us because it's just so much grander. But it is within us. And it is our responsibility to the best ability that we can, to the best that we can, to live up to the divine potential that God placed within us. This is our responsibility. Everything that we do that allows God to flow through us as the presence of love, as the presence of peace, as the presence of wisdom, as the presence of creativity, as the presence of abundance, brings the presence of God into the world in a very, very tangible way. A way in which everyone can experience it. Not just talk about it, but experience it through us. Our only assignment is to discover the qualities within us and to let them shine from within out. Our only responsibility, our only assignment. Marianne Williamson says, "We all have angel wings, should we choose to spread them." In almost any situation, if we are truly honest with ourselves, there are always ways that we can fly higher, at a fuller wingspan. There are ways to show greater honor and compassion to all life, to get over ourselves and serve something bigger. We are given as many opportunities to reconstruct the nature of our lives as there are moments in a day. We can think more insightfully, love more deeply, give more selflessly, one world. Give more selflessly and serve more faithfully the call of love. Gotta love Marianne Williamson. Now speaking of love, I love how Reverend Bill spoke to this last week when he spoke about seeing that is within us, aligning ourselves with it, and then standing up and saying, "Send me." Now what I believe is that a long time before we actually arrived on the planet, that our true self, our highest self, stood up and said, "Send me." Send me, said yes to this particular incarnation. Long before we arrived here, that yes was within us. Now God needed that particular individualized expression. The one that has our gifts and our talents. And we stood up. Our soul, the spark of the divine within us, stood up and said, "I am here, send me. I'm the one." Now the cosmic world is inviting us to live an authentic life. The cosmic world is inviting us to live from the inside out. The cosmic world is inviting us to live from our unity with God. The cosmic world is calling us to be both an inlet and an outlet for God. Now, you don't have to do something extraordinary to say yes to that. Just simply be the presence of God in all of your relationships, in all arenas of your life. Be the presence of peace, be the presence of love, be the presence of wisdom, be the presence of creativity, be the presence of joy, be the presence of abundance, and the world will transform, one person at a time. The truth is that the soul will not rest until it is able to give what it came here to be, to give. George Bernard Shaw says, "This is the true joy in life, being used for a purpose recognized by yourself as a mighty one." Recognized by yourself as a mighty one. Being used by God. Being used by God for this mighty purpose. How could we not say yes to that? So that soul won't rest. That within us that is seeking to be expressed won't rest until it can be expressed. It will continue to seek to be expressed through and as us. It will continue to seek to express that which is uniquely yours to express, your gift to give. Imprisoned within us, each of us, is this gift, a gift from God, a gift that is our gift to the world, that only each of us individually can give. Now, it can be as simple as remembering who and what we are. It can be as simple as being in daily communion with God and then practicing the presence daily in our lives, in everything that we do. It can be as simple as always seeing the face of God in everyone you meet and treating everyone else in the way that you would like to be treated, following that golden rule. It can be as simple as that. It can be as simple as learning to manifest what you care about and are committed to. If being more loving is what you are committed to, then be willing to do whatever is necessary. Be responsible. Don't give your power away. Know without a doubt that your lives are a reflection of the choices that you make, so begin to make really wise choices. Wise choices based on the truth of who you are. Share your skills, your talents, and your gifts with the world. Be in service to each other. Don't be afraid to uncross your arms and be willing to share of your treasures. Step powerfully into the flow of life. As you give, so shall you receive. It is the law. Be willing. In all situations, in all of the relationships of your life, allow the love of God, the love that you are at your very core, to inform your choices, to inform your actions, to flow through and as you in everything that you do. I believe that the time and place for each of us individually to show up fully for life in this one cosmic world is right here and right now. We can choose it today. Now, on the collective side of life, many of you may remember, and some of you might not even know, that we have actually joined 160 other centers for spiritual living across the world to bring forward our unified global theme, the global vision, a world that works for everyone. This is our yearly theme. And in the beginning of the year, I explained how this came to be. That the Centers for Spiritual Living, Cultural Integrity, and Evolution Committee had a vision. And their vision was to create this year-long program based on a combination of Ernest Holmes' What We Believe statements and on the Global Heart Vision. Now, what came out of that, what was co-created, was this whole idea, this year-long theme of the global vision, a world that works for everyone. And what we're really talking about when we talk about this theme, about the global vision, is the vision of our organization, the Centers for Spiritual Living, or as we call it, the Mothership. This is the document that Betty pointed out earlier and that she read earlier in the service. Now this then is creating the reference for what we are encouraged to aim for with regards to how we view our relationship with God, how we view our relationship with each other, and how we view our relationship with the one cosmic world as a community. It not only applies to the greater CSL community, but to also our community, the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. Now, since the beginning of the year, every time I have given the message, I have shared with you the underlying statement from Ernest Holmes' What We Believe statements that fits that particular talk, title. Now, more important for me this week in this discussion about one cosmic world was the Global Heart Vision itself. Now, the Global Heart Vision is a large document, but three of the ideas within this document really spoke to me when I was thinking about this idea of one cosmic world. And these are the spiritual communities of Centers for Spiritual Living are a bridge across the illness and illusion of separation. A bridge across the illness and illusion of separation. Second, the spiritual communities of Centers for Spiritual Living are ardently committed to bringing this vision forth through its ministries and its transformative teachings. And the last one, Centers for Spiritual Living, is envisioned as a global community of inspired individuals caring for and about each other and the entire planetary family, thereby bringing the gift of active compassion and kindness to the world. The local ministries and communities become points of inspiration and influence, effectively advancing the vision of the global heart to benefit all expressions of life. Isn't that just wonderful? Isn't that just rich and powerful? So who are we in the matter of this? Who are we in the matter of the global heart vision? So who we are as the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living and what we are doing in the world was and will always be a divine idea in the mind of God. Who we are is a divine expression of the love, the joy, the peace, the wisdom, the creativity, the abundance of God. Pure and simple. Who we are is a deep awareness of the truth of the existence of a power and presence that is greater than we are, of a power and presence that is always for us and never against us, of a power and presence that we can use to co-create lives that we love to live. Who we are is empowering the vision of the global heart as a place where everyone feels welcome, a place where everyone feels heard, a place where everyone can begin to step into the truth of their unity with God and with each other. Who we are is a space of kindness and compassion and inspiration and influence. Who we are is a spiritual community committed to bringing forth this compelling vision of a world that works for everyone through the teachings of Ernest Holmes and many other wise and wonderful master teachers and sages. Who we are is a spiritual community committed to bringing forth this compelling vision of a world that works for everyone through our classes, through our services, through our prayers, through our spiritual practices, through our workshops, through our ministries, and through our fellowship. Who we are is a spiritual community committed to our youth and our families, supporting them as they grow into their highest and greatest yet to be. Who we are is a spiritual community committed to growing, committed to expanding, committed to sharing our positive, loving energy with more and more spiritual seekers in the Triangle area and beyond. This is who we are in that matter. This is who we are as a community and what we bring to the world. In his book, Spiritual Liberation, Reverend Michael Beckwith stated that the word community comes from the Latin communitas. The communitas is derived from communis, which is a combination of com, which means together, and munis, which involves the performance of service. Coming together in love to serve each other. Community. Isn't that what we are? Coming together in love to serve each other, to serve God, to serve the world, to serve an idea that is so big, so cosmic. Now, the truth is that as we are serving others, we are also serving ourselves. If we really think about serving each other, of serving the community, a shift will happen. A shift will happen. And we will find that we are actually living heaven on earth. This can be the extraordinary power of community. This can be the extraordinary power of one cosmic world, but it has to start within each of us. For we truly can't experience anything that does not already lie within us, that is not already experienced within us. As within, so without. Living our lives within all of the communities of our lives, from a place of oneness, from a place of wholeness, connected to and in unity with all other manifestations, with all other divine emanations of God, is transforming. It is just simply transforming for ourselves, for each other, and for the world. We are invited by this one cosmic world to live and to serve from our cosmic consciousness, from our deep awareness of who and what we are, from our deep and abiding connection to God. Now, the rest of the George Bernard Shaw quote says, "I am of the opinion that my life belongs to the whole community, and as long as I live, it is my privilege to do for it whatever I can." This is how I feel about this community, that as long as I live, it is my privilege to do for it whatever I can. And I think that it is the belief of this community, I know that it is of Centers for Spiritual Living, that as long as that organization lives, it is its good pleasure, it is our good pleasure as a community to do whatever it takes. Now, each and every Sunday we read our purpose statement and the statement that describes our reason for being here, both individually and collectively. The last line which we all say out loud together is, "In the energy of unconditional love, simply, we are here for God." For me, being here for God is being faithful to that which is within me that is seeking to be expressed. Being in service to God, in service to each other, in service to life, in service to love, is a divine opportunity to allow whatever is seeking to be expressed through and as you to be expressed. It is the perfect opportunity. God wants to express through you. And the heart of sacred service is being willing to be that expression. Being willing. You don't even have to know the how. Just be willing. Now this community is the right and perfect place to serve God. This community is where we reveal the truth. This community is where we speak the wisdom that feeds our souls. This community is the place in which we can heal any and all misconceptions that we might have about God, about life, or about each other. This is the right and perfect place to serve. It is the space where we can freely honor the divine within all life and create loving relationships with each other that support each other on our spiritual path. So the invitation today is to be part of this cosmic consciousness, part of this one cosmic world. To be willing to give of your time, to be willing to give of your talent, to be willing to give of your treasure in service to something that is bigger than you are, in service to something that is bigger than we all are collectively. To be a part of the solution. To be a part of the co-creation of a world that works for everyone. Ernest Holmes says, "You find me 1,000 people in the world who know what religious science is and use it, and live it as it is, and I will myself live to see a new world, a new heaven, and a new earth." Now, while Ernest Holmes probably only saw the beginning of that, the conception of it, the inception of it, we all could maybe see that in our lifetime. And wouldn't it be a truly awesome purpose to assist in bringing forward those 1,000 people, to assist in bringing forward 5,000 people or 10,000 people or 100,000 people? Could you even begin to think of a greater purpose, a more cosmic purpose? This is the vision of the Centers for Spiritual Living. And I believe that it is who we are, who this community is, the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. I believe that it is our vision. I believe that it is our mission, and I believe that it is our purpose. So, if you can find a powerful, full-body yes within you for something as amazing as that, just please say yes. Yes. A little louder, maybe. Yes. Yes! Let's pray. So I invite us to close our outer eyes and turn away from the world of form, and to allow ourselves to turn inward to that space and place that I call God. That is the very essence of peace and joy, creativity, wisdom, abundance, and to know that it is who and what we are at our very core. In this moment, with my eyes closed and my attention turned inward, I am acutely aware of that presence, that power that is within me and surrounding me. I open myself to it. I allow it to inform me. I allow it to express through me. Because what I know is that it is the very core of me. It created me. In a moment of love, it created me out of itself. And I know that this can't be true just for me, that if it is true for me, which I know that it is, then I know that it has to be true for each and every person here today and each and every person at home, online with us. And from that place of oneness, from that place of unity with God and with each other and with life itself, I speak these words about and for each of us today. Knowing that truly there is a way in which we can live our life, this one cosmic life, from the core of who we are, from our divine essence, from that awareness of the deep and abiding connection that we have with God. And I claim and know for us that stepping into that powerfully happens with grace and with ease. That we are guided to the how. That all we need do is to simply stand in the what. To stand in that place and say, send me. I am here, send me. And to know that everything that we need to be that space and place, to allow that expression, that which is seeking to be expressed through and as us, to do so, we are guided to. That anything we need comes to us. That together, with this power and presence of God, we can co-create a world free from discord, a world that works for everyone, a world and a life that we love to live, that we are passionate about and committed to. And I'm so grateful to know this truth, so grateful to speak these words. So grateful for the power of prayer, knowing that these words are loosed into a law that only ever says yes, that my words are clothed in form the minute that they are spoken. And so I speak them and I release them into that law with love and gratitude and full expectation of their manifestation, letting go and letting God be God. And I invite each of us to anchor these words for them yourselves and for each other by simply saying, and so it is. Amen.